Hey guys, this is James.
This is Corwyn.
And welcome to This Movie's Gay.
Yeah.
Are we supposed to do that at the same time?
No, we did that the first week, and then you're like, let's not do it at the same time.
Oh yeah, because it sounds like mostly speaking Sentai. Oh, jinx. Oh my god, Corwyn can't talk this entire time. It's going to be so easy to mix.
It's just going to be me laughing.
No, you can't even do that.
I can't laugh? I can't make any noises? No. Well, I already broke that rule, so...
Hey, Corwyn, vamp a little, vamp.
What? Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Jesus. Okay, so this week we are watching, this episode, we are watching Steven Universe episodes because James came to me and was like, Corwyn, we should really watch Steven Universe. And I'm like, why? Why would I watch that? Well, I mean, I understand why I would watch that, but the whole podcast is This Movie's Gay. So we've been watching gay movies and not TV shows, which this just opens up a lot of things for us to watch.
No, that is not why we chose to do this. Fuck you, Corwyn. The reason why we're doing this is because Corwyn is going out of town and we needed a quick thing to be able to bank.
Is that why we're doing this?
Yes.
I mean, we could have found a movie for like an hour.
No, it's hard to find an hour-long movie.
Or there's like a bunch of short 15, 20-minute movies on Amazon Prime.
I thought you knew LGBT. That's why we were doing this.
No, I had no idea. I thought you just really wanted to watch Steven Universe.
No, I'm a producer and I was thinking ahead.
Okay, great. Well, we're doing this. This is what's happening.
So what I did is Steven Universe is a kid's show. It is also a show. It has hundreds of episodes, and I picked the ones that had the strongest LGBT undertones. And do you think, did these episodes?
I think so. Yeah, there was a lot there. I mean, the first one and the last one were more sort of weird for me. They were more undertoned, whereas the middle one was straight up oh, this is very
this is how we came out, and this is how we found our true selves.
This is how we found each other. So the episodes that we watched, where I wrote down the titles so that I could be a little useful. We Need to Talk. It was the first one, and then the second one was The Answer, and then the third one was Mr. Greg.
Yes. So
awesome.
Initially I had We Need to Talk and Mr. Greg just queued up because those kind of follow a story.
Yeah.
It gives you backstory
they're very similar.
To We Need to Talk, you would probably need to know in order to get Mr. Greg. And then Corwyn said, oh, wait, these are only 11 minutes long. And I said, yeah. And he said, well, let's queue up another one. So then I chose The Answer, which that one, all of these almost made me cry. And I've seen all of them before, and they're so good.
See, it's so funny that that's for you because I wasn't tearing up with these. And usually with the movies that are more emotional, I'm like, oh yeah, I cried about this, or it made me tear up. And you're like, oh yeah, I got it. Well, but today it's the opposite. Yeah. You're like, I almost cried. And I'm like,
I mean, I did tear up.
Yeah.
I just didn't start bawling.
I mean, they were really good.
I haven't done that at a TV show since probably, the second to the last episode of 30 Rock. I bawled my fudging eyes out.
I mean, literally, I was watching Sex Education on Netflix last night, and I was crying.
Is that a good show?
It is pretty good.
Okay.
It's got Gillian Anderson in it, which makes my day.
Who is that?
Scully from X-Files.
Okay.
She's wonderful.
I think, is she also in The Fall?
I don't know.
I think so. Maybe
I
not.
haven't seen that. She's in that one Mila Kunis movie that just came out recently that has...
was she one of a parent? And
no,
it was about Christmas?
No. It was she was dating a spy, and she got thrown into that world with her best friend, who is very funny. It's the girl on
Kate McKenna.
Yeah.
McKinnon.
Yeah, yes. That one. It's the girl from Ghostbusters. I don't remember her real name, even though it's very easy.
Yeah. She's great. Oh man, we should do all of her movies, even if they're not LGBT. We're supporting someone who is.
Yeah, I like that. We have a lot of LGBT movies specifically to get through, and then we can move on to that.
No, I don't think we'll ever need to do that. I was just joking, Corwyn.
I mean, there are not enough. We might need to. I don't know.
No, because they're always coming out, and also they're always coming out.
Always coming out. I mean, I want more coming out.
My God, should we do for a T-shirt? I have a T-shirt idea.
Okay.
And it's something like, I guess how a red carpet premiere, or how movies come out, but it says always coming out. And I don't know. It's a work in process, guys.
Work in process. Eventually it'll be solved. Yeah, that's interesting. Always come red carpet. I don't know. Red carpet out of the closet. Just
yeah, I don't know. Oh no, that is good. Always coming out. Only our fans would like it and get it.
They'd be like, all right, we've got one person with a T-shirt. It's that one fan that's always on Twitter.
What
Duo
fan?
Duo
Grunfox?
Duo Grunfox.
I don't know if Duo Grunfox has transitioned over to this podcast yet. But I think Eric from Ranger Command has.
Oh, that's awesome.
He started listening because he once told me that he ran out of all Marshland Media episodes to listen to.
So he started listening to these?
No, he said like he also ran out of these.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, we got some more.
I believe so. Yeah.
Shout out to him listening to this. And also, I have friends that subscribe to it. And I love them dearly. And then
Please
there's also
get more friends than Corwyn.
There's also the guy from Tinder that listens too.
Oh yeah,
he's still listening. He messages me after they come out. It's great.
Hey, you got to check him out, baby. Laugh into the microphone. It's easier to mix that way.
I like the dissonant background.
Okay,
laugh.
then just do this. Just still.
You want me to be like,
yeah.
Okay. Will you remember that from the?
Wait, what?
Never mind. Never. I was like, will you remember that from the? Oh, you're saying because I'm going off to the side, it's literally cutting out instead of having the. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. All right, Steven Universe.
What's your experience with this?
For Steven Universe, the only experience I have are literally just posts on Tumblr. So I have a lot of experience with the show. I just haven't seen the show. I know, they're all gems. I know their names. I know they fuse. I didn't know they fuse by dancing. That I found out today, which is interesting. I did enjoy it, and I did know, like, the particulars of Garnet's story, which was the middle episode we watched. And I did sort of know the Mr. Greg and
Pearl,
Rose and Pearl, and that sort of dynamic. I didn't quite know that Pearl and Mr. Greg didn't get along.
Yeah, because that's definitely a ship thing, I would guess, on Tumblr. People constantly saying, Rose should have been with Pearl.
Yeah. And then they just show the gifs of like them dancing and like different stuff like that, and all of them being together, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Hey man, you got to check out that hentai of them dancing together.
No thanks.
I was moving my glasses like they were popping out of my head, guys.
His eyes are literally bulging and popping out.
Whoa.
James is basically a walking cartoon character.
God, I wish I was. Think if I'd be like a little Roger Rabbit type guy.
Oh my God. Straight up Roger Rabbit. But as far as cartoons go, I think this is a good one. And it is geared towards children. So I like that a lot of those themes are, being put out there for younger audiences, because part of like Garnet's story is accepting yourself as well. And like, there was a lot of acceptance themes in all three of those episodes.
I would like to just dig into the answer, because
go for it.
That ending.
I feel like you have a lot more discourse about these than I do, because you know a lot more intricacies.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm like, okay, cool. That's some nice symbolism. Okay, that's some nice stuff there.
Well, just
that I enjoy.
That monologue that Garnet had, where she was saying, what made it for Sapphire to not be able to see this future, what made Ruby try to save her because Sapphire can see into the future.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're listening to this podcast, well, I guess, no, that's not a good, Corwyn's of the community and but also Corwyn's just a weirdo.
I watch weird movies.
Corwyn, have you ever listened to a Cyndi Lauper album?
I have listened to Cyndi Lauper.
Okay. I want to catch you in one. You ever listen to Robin?
Robin, like the singer that does Call Your Girlfriend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love her.
I'm gonna find one.
Hey, you said music and I knew it.
Yes, that's what I'm trying.
That's insane.
I know.
Also, I did have a question real quick. Do all Steven Universe episodes have music in them? Do they all like sing?
A lot of them do.
Okay.
Like Nicole owns, they put out 4 like 7-inch size. I think that's the like smaller records, what an EP would go on.
Yeah.
They put out 4 of those as a soundtrack compilation, and the people who do like the background music are very good. They were known for doing like 8-bit music, and then it flowed together into here.
It did sound a lot like a video game, like 8-bit music. So that was really good. And I enjoyed the original songs and how they, told the story with them.
Yeah.
Especially in the last one with Pearl singing.
Yeah. Oh, man. I can't believe you did. I mean, you could say, James, I can't believe you didn't cry during a lilting. But yeah, I know the first time I saw that, there were more tears than tonight.
I don't know. I don't know. It's weird what shows and what movies like connect with me to hit that emotional spot.
Also, I guess also because I had watched that was probably like the 80th episode.
Yeah, so you have a lot of exposure to the show, and then you're finally seeing some sort of resolution through this, and seeing a dynamic change to that relationship.
Yeah.
Whereas before, like especially the first episode, you see how Pearl is jealous of Greg and like, jumps in and dances with Rose and makes this whole
petty
thing and drops the mic at the end. So you see this like jealous sort of relationship, and you've gone through many episodes of that. Whereas that was my first exposure to it. And then seeing the third episode that we watched, the Mr. Greg episode, where Pearl like acknowledges that that's what happened, and Steven is basically trying to get them to reconcile their differences for him and the spirit of his mother.
Yeah, I did like how when Steven asked, like, hey, Pearl should come to Empire City with us, and he said, oh, it's going to be you, me, Pearl, and don't forget Mom, and points at his gem in his stomach.
Yeah. I did get that. I don't know I don't know how she disappeared or anything like that, but I do understand that basically she's not been around for his entire life. So
when he was conceived, she pretty much turned into Steven. So it's kind of, like death at birth.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. I sort of picked up that theme through all the
oh my God,
Tumblr stuff that I saw, but
oh my God, she's like Queen Amidala. She died in childbirth.
She's Padme.
Oh no, guys.
Wait, who is who's good old Anakin Skywalker? Who's Darth Vader?
Oh, I mean that would be Greg, but
is he though?
No, he's not. So there also wasn't a twin situation. Twins!
Yeah, and I mean, Padme didn't become Leia. So
wouldn't that be so cool though?
I mean,
no, it wouldn't.
I mean, it would be cool if that whole mess with Anakin Skywalker didn't happen, but that's fine.
Remember when he murdered those children real quick? He didn't even... It was just, hey, I'm going to murder these kids.
I like that the Star Wars, like the entire Star Wars line of movies is all about someone fixing a Skywalker fuck up. like, God damn it, Luke. Anakin. And then, later Luke.
Yeah,
in the new movies.
Hey, we could say it was technically Leia's fault. She should have had that dude aborted.
Padme.
No, but what?
Padme, right?
No, Princess Leia should have aborted Kylo Ren.
Oh.
But then, she would have
Jesus.
also been labeled a child murderer. Hey, guys, we're pro-life on this podcast.
Oh my God. No.
We're not.
No.
We're pro do whatever the fuck you want, except making people have babies that they don't want.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll go with that.
I've said it on other podcasts. I think we should legalize abortion into maybe like the 12th trimester.
Aren't there only 3?
Yeah, I'm saying like after birth.
Oh my God.
Woo. Dun,
James.
dun, dun. Baby, I got your money.
Oh
Don't
my
you worry.
God.
Okay, so back to
Steven Universe.
So the
not murdering children. The answer, very good. I like the symbolism of them coming together and changing their future and their fate, that kind of thing, and also accepting themselves.
Yeah, and
the part that I like, I also didn't know the dynamic between Sapphire and Ruby. Like, I didn't know that Ruby was just a common gem and there's a bunch of them.
It's for most gems. There are many of them.
Except Sapphire is rare.
I think
Allegedly.
that Sapphire is rare.
That can tell the future?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's still a higher level gem, like an upper class gem, which when they did fuse unintentionally during the battle between Rose and Pearl, they pretty much were like, oh, that's disgusting. A ruby and a sapphire fused. 2 gems of different, let's say, races shouldn't fuse together. The old gems were racist and classist as hell because then they were also saying you're kind of slumming it with a ruby.
Yeah.
Who is just a militia and infantry person. That's all they are.
And didn't they talk about, breaking the gems. So that's different from what Rose and Pearl did, right? They were like, cutting them up with swords and things. That's not breaking the gem. Because Sapphire said that she would, reform on the homeworld or whatever.
Yeah, I forget what it's called, but pretty much the body that you're seeing is light. It's just a formation of light that is solidified. Yeah. And then if you get poofed, kind of, you could call it, that makes you it goes into whatever gem you see, on their body. Yes, on their body. But if you get shattered, that means you're dead.
Okay.
And like in the series, someone was putting together shattered gems and making them fuse into mutated monsters. That was it was body horror stuff. It was...
Yikes.
It was spooky.
Spooky.
Werewolf bar mitzvah.
Oh my God.
Spooky, scary.
So, yeah, that was interesting. It was also interesting in the first episode with Connie and Steven fusing, and then Greg, explaining the story of him trying to fuse with Rose, and Garnet being like, or Pearl being like, it didn't work, and then Garnet being like, it did. I thought that was an interesting thing because I wrote down. Did I write it down? I didn't.
I think he's her favorite.
Yeah, something like, I don't know.
Yeah, Amethyst says, I think he's her favorite. And then Pearl then says, I think he's her favorite too. Yeah. Meaning Rose had fallen for other men, maybe women as well, that were human. And Pearl had kind of like let it go, like, hey, I've seen this happen before. It's a phase, which she does tell Greg
that. Yeah.
I think what Amethyst was saying, this is her favorite of all the humans that have come into their life. But then Pearl, when she says it, saying, hey, I think out of anyone she's come in contact with, he is her favorite.
Yeah. And I mean, what I'm saying about the fusing thing, because they explained it being dancing and in sync and like coming together or something like that.
Yeah, Garnet said you need your gem, your body of light, and another gem to fuse. Then Greg said metaphorically, and then Garnet goes, no, I mean this literally.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm talking about when Pearl first explained it, when she was like, oh, you'll never be able to do this because it's us coming together, blah, blah, blah. But in the actual part of Greg dancing with her and like starting to talk, they come together. They come
Yeah.
together, not literally becoming one person, but they start talking. So they start that process of understanding each other, which was nice.
Yeah. Also, we both commented on it. How did Greg either afford or make that light stage? He had just talked about, he dropped the microphone and said, "Oh wait, why did I do that? Those are expensive."
I know. And as soon as she dropped that mic, I was like, those are expensive. And you're the one that like has microphones and things. So I'm like, those are expensive. Why would you do that?
But performance mics, like if you get like a PG 58 from Shure, they're built like a tank. You don't need to worry about them really getting damaged. Like G.G. Allen would, bash one into his head every friggin' night, and it was fine. And he'd like smash it onto a cymbal and go, ch-ch-ch-ch.
Oh my God.
And sometimes he'd try to force it in his rectum.
Gross. It's not compatible for that. Does not have a flared bass. Also, yes, he was like, "Oh, that's expensive," and then he had a giant light show. That was a nice lit up stage.
Yeah, I know.
I like the
especially
cartoon effects.
in the early 90s is when he would have been doing that.
Yeah, I like that he started stepping on his like guitar case and audio equipment and stuff, and you're like, "That's expensive." Yes, it is.
But it seems, the lights that I have around this apartment, these wouldn't have been readily available back then.
No.
And this would have been an easy way to make something like that, which kind of makes me want to. What if I plexiglassed the floor in here and then just strung lights on it? And then that's what we were always standing on. Our lease,
very bright.
It would also be against our lease, I'm positive of.
Don't mess up your lease. With that. Yeah. Do you have any other discourse about this? Because overall, I thought it was fun, but I don't have a lot to actually talk about other than what we said.
Let me look at it. The songs were great. I loved Garnet during this song. She just went, woo! This show's so great. Guys, I do love this show. I'm not super caught up. I think I'm like through season 4, a little bit into season 5. Then we no longer have Hulu, so it's hard to keep up with it. She also called Greg a novelty.
Yikes.
Yeah, she was going hard into her.
She has some kind of she had like a superiority kind of thing going on in those episodes that I noticed.
Yeah, it's also territorial, I think.
Yeah. I didn't like that as much, but it's also, you have a bunch of different people and you need to learn how to accept differences and things like that.
We also had Garnet saying, "Hey, you got to fuse your way," then winked at him. We know what that meant. That's fudging, baby.
That's how Steven was made.
Yes, it was. What else do I have for the answer? When Sapphire says to Ruby, they were going to break you, so it's good that we left. And then Ruby says, who cares?
Who cares? I did have that written down.
Yeah, who cares? There's tons of me.
Yeah.
That's really sad.
That was sad. I was like, wow.
But so to go back to Garnet's coming out thing, when, hey, how come Sapphire didn't see this future? How come Ruby changed the future that we had? How come I feel like this is where I want to be? This is who I feel that I am. Then Rose, very accepting, says, "Hey, you are the answer. This is your answer. And the answer is love."
Well, she also went no more questions, which seemed weird to me. No more, don't question this.
Oh, yeah.
Which was a little weird to me that she said that, but yeah, she's like, don't question this, accept yourself. The answer's love, or the answer's in yourself, love, whatever. I did have that written down too. Yeah, that was, the don't ask questions was weird to me, but
I think
the answer that she gave was also great.
Yeah, I think the don't ask questions was meaning, it was leading up to what she was really going to say. The answer is love and accept yourself, because
I think she said, you are the answer.
Yes, yeah.
And then Stevens later is like, what was the answer? And Garnet goes, love.
Love.
which reminded me of Vampire Boys.
What? I forgot.
Vampire Boys 2. The one where he's on the floor and he just like stops Tara's arm and he goes,
Love. Okay, yeah. Okay. I remember that now. Remember, I forget all of these. A lot of these movies I forget. One I do not is the Gay Bed and Breakfast of Terror. Guys, for real, it's like $2.99 on Vimeo.
God.
Maybe it's only $1.99. Check it out. Keep buying it. We really? That's the director I want on our podcast because it's a great movie.
I mean, okay. I don't want to watch that movie again, but you love it, so that's great. We shared an LGBT movie that
I think for the 55th episode of this, it will be 1 year later from Gay Bed and Breakfast. I think we should rewatch it and revisit it.
I don't want to watch that again.
Hey, we'll get the band back together. You, me, Nicole.
Oh my God.
And maybe by that
Manfred?
time, oh my God, what if we got the actor of Manfred in here?
Oh my
Manfred.
God. No.
Menfried.
I want to like repress that memory.
Too bad in a few months.
It's recorded. It's on record. So,
which is great if you don't want to rewatch the movie. You can just re-listen to that and hear our hectic conversation about it. Because it was.
Yeah, where I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah. So I want to get around to at least 45 minutes. I think that's good.
I mean, I don't have anything else to say.
Well, hey, I haven't seen you in a week. How have you been?
I've been fine. I left my backpack and all of my things at a coffee shop today, so that was terrible.
Yeah, I was terrified for you. I for real was nervous because I've been in those situations, but like not with that big of an item, with like a jacket or... Well, I guess like sentimental. I lost a hoodie that Nicole made for me. It had like Bright Eyes lyrics and stuff on it from what we consider our song, which is a very sad song for it to be like, hey, in our relationship, this is our song. It's Poison Oak. If anyone listens to Bright Eyes, you'll realize, yeah, James, that's a really, really sad song. Some of it's about a friend. I think all of it's about a friend dying of cancer and having to, figure it out. But then it goes into, hey, you're the yellow bird I've been looking for. This is what I needed in my life. So it makes sense why it could be two sad boys song.
Oh my God.
But you're going to Baltimore.
I'm going to Baltimore, New York, which is why we're recording this bonus episode, just in case we need it. In case I can't record next week.
Corwyn's going to Baltimore. He's leaving. Yeah, he's leaving to Baltimore.
Oh my.
Corwyn doesn't know music, so he don't know this song that's called Baltimore.
I don't know that song at all.
It's by Mel Blum. She's really good. Nicole loves her.
I will have to look that up.
She's great.
So for Steven Universe, they have songs in a lot of these episodes, and
Yes.
you can get the soundtrack
on
record?
Yeah, she got it on vinyl.
On vinyl.
But
that's what that's called.
You can get it on digital download, I'm pretty sure. Or YouTube.
That's cool. And
Spotify.
So the thing I didn't realize so I thought this was on TV and they were 30-minute episodes. That's why I was like, let's add another one, which we could have added a fourth. But I didn't realize they were only like 12 minutes long.
Yeah, they're only 12.
Wow.
That's the new Cartoon Network way to do it. It's just like Adventure Time, Gumball.
I had no idea those
show.
were like 12 minutes either.
Okay.
So they're only like little 15-minute time slots? Yep. Oh.
So it would just be like, Powerpuff Girls. It was 2 15-minute episodes, but as one episode. They just threw out that whole thing and said,
they were just like, let's just do the episodes separate. I kind of forgot that because I mostly watched Nickelodeon, I think. So I had Avatar and
I think
those things.
I really think it's something that Adult Swim pioneered because that's what they were doing.
Yeah, I do notice because Robot Chicken has those shorter episodes too.
Yeah, and so did Aqua. I think Aqua Teen was the first one too. Maybe C-Lab did. Hey guys, if if I got the time length of a C-Lab 2021, I've seen all the episodes. I know I just love them. I don't know the time slots that they were in.
I usually change the channel on those like shows just because I'm like, I don't really, not interested. I don't know why.
Hey guys,
what happens?
Corwyn's aesthetic is Baldur's Gate and gay nerd. Or no, I guess I could just say gay nerd.
You can. You don't even need to.
Yeah, I don't
Baldur's
need to put in Baldur's Gate, which you've just said you used to play it. It's not like you're a stan, as they say, for Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, it's so funny that I don't even know when we had the conversation about Baldur's Gate. It was like once in passing, and since then you're like, Corwyn, Baldur's Gate.
It's just because I don't meet a lot of people who could hold a conversation about Baldur. Actually, I have a question. Was there ever, either it was in the game or somehow we got a mod of it, was there a flaming sword in Baldur's Gate?
I mean, I don't know.
Maybe,
maybe I haven't played that game in years.
Maybe an
years.
enemy, like a final bad guy, had it, or maybe the Flaming Fist affiliates had it. The Flaming Fist were pretty much the police of Baldur's Gate.
I have not played in so long.
I
and then
have
the last,
it for PC. Do you want? I have Tales of the Sword Coasts, the Tales of the Sword Coast, and then it was a 5-disc game. I have 5 bootleg discs of it that my dad's coworker Elaine made for us.
There's one that started you out in like Frozen Mountains, right?
Icewind Dale.
Yeah, that was.
See, Corwyn,
that was the last one that I played, but it was literally, I don't know when. It was so long ago.
It would have been, I think that came out in 2000.
Yeah,
is when Icewind Dale came out, I think.
I probably played it in like 2002 or something like that,
yeah,
to be quite honest.
We were still in Grand Rapids. I was still living in Grand Rapids when it came out.
I was in like middle school. When it came out, I was in elementary school.
Okay.
I was a child. But when I probably played it, I was in like middle school.
Man, it's such a good game. They did enhanced HD versions of them recently that I would like to play, but don't have the time to.
Never have the time because you're recording like 20 podcasts.
Yeah, bam. What time is it, Cordwood? Oh yeah, you want to know what?
It's almost time for us to watch the Mostly Speaking Sentai.
Yeah, guys, we're recording the crossover episode.
So the crossover will probably come out before this bonus episode comes out.
I don't know. I mean, we have a lot of backlog for Mostly Speaking Sentai.
So if you haven't seen or heard the Mostly Speaking Sentai crossover, it might not be out yet, but it probably will be.
It'll probably be out in like 3.5 weeks from now.
Yeah. So
from while we're recording this. You want to know what? Let's give them the date. Let's give them the date. We're breaking a podcast rule. It is Sunday, January 20th.
Yes. This is right before I leave.
Leaving to Baltimore.
Sorry to do that to you guys.
Okay, guys. I'm sorry we
didn't have a lot to talk about for this, but
it's great
because it's a shorter show. So granted, we won't have a lot to talk about because the episodes are only 12 minutes long.
Well, also it's such a great show that it's I can't goof on it much.
Yeah, and this episode has been longer than all 3 episodes together so far.
Yeah, there was a
bit of vamping.
Yeah,
in it, and a few uhs. Oh
no! Well, those
those are gonna stay. Those are gonna stay.
Wait, really? You want me to leave in all the uhs?
I don't. Whatever you want to do.
No, I want this to sound a little professional. Except I will figure out whatever 75% of the runtime of this is, and then just stop cutting them after that.
You specifically calculate 70%, and then you're like, after that, Corwyn can keep them.
They're an hour long, so I go until 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And then it's a breeze to edit after that. It's just taking out long pauses.
Yeah. Take out those long pauses, which we did have a couple of those.
Yeah.
So.
One very apparent, but no one's going to know where that happened at.
If you can guess where the very apparent long pause was, tweet it at us.
For me, when I'm editing, it will be very apparent, but for you guys, it will not.
You'll be like, no, there was nothing in there.
Also, people I don't think capture, like our podcast is heavily edited, like many cuts to
So
long
many.
breaths, Corwyn's many uhs. No, it'd be hard for me to, I guess I could do an unedited one somewhere down the line, like the lilting. Oh my God, I think it would add another 5 minutes if I kept in all your uhs.
I had a lot because I was using a vocal pause to decide what I was going to say instead of just pausing because, you and Caleb are both like looking at me and I'm like, I have a thought that I'm going to continue and I'm going to complete, but I need a couple more seconds.
Yeah, vocal pauses. You just got to make them your own, remember?
I know. I mean, eventually, yes.
What was the vocal pause that I came up with you? It was, it was saying, but.
Something like
yes.
that.
Try it out.
Still haven't. Nope. Still
Try
not gonna.
it.
No, not gonna do it.
Say,
Anyway, thank you guys for joining us on this special episode with
this quick little daddy episode.
Just mainly us talking about personal things.
Yeah,
and not
hey.
really the episode that much, but it's fine.
God, I can't wait
to
till I
know
can
us.
do just a podcast where I guess I'll get there is, but that's infrequent. It seems like.
Yeah,
God,
you'll get there.
If I just made 4 weekly podcasts that weren't tied around pop culture where I had to watch this shit, it'd be so much easier.
I mean, is ours pop culture in the sense that we're watching movies from all different times?
Yeah, I mean, yes. I mean, you know what I mean. Media.
Yeah.
What the Hellmouth has become we do not talk about Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I think the last episode we recorded, maybe in an hour and 19 minutes, we talked about it 20 minutes.
I mean, we're doing real well with this one.
Yeah, I know.
So thanks for joining us with that.
What about our
It's
plugs?
really good.
Listen, I've already said them all throughout the episode.
You said all your plugs throughout the episode. My only plug is check out my theater company, Saltbox Theatre Collective. Since we don't know when this will exactly come out, we're definitely going to be done with our current show. We might be starting on our next show. So just check us out. Websites in the description and all that.
We're pushing Vampire Boys to this is coming out tomorrow. I don't have time to edit it. Check out Mostly Speaking Sentai. I'll get there. What the Hellmouth and my rap music, Marshland Monster. That's Marsh Space Land Space Monster. Baby. Also, like Mostly Speaking Sentai on Facebook or subscribe on YouTube. You'll see my Mostly Playing PlayStations where it's a one-man podcast of me trying to fill in time while I play Spyro the Dragon. See you guys later. Bye. Yeah, I think that was kind of in a tune. See you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
This has been a Marshland Media production, produced by James McCullum. For more content, please visit mlmpod.com. To support our network and have access to exclusive podcasts, head over to patreon.com/MLMpod and sign up today.